Sault College Cougars are back home after a successful 3-game road trip that took them halfway across the continent, and a successful one it was as they won all 3 games. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sault College Cougars Hockey. My name is Mike Armitage. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game between the Sault College Cougars and the visiting Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. Lawrence Tech comes into today's game with 9 games played, 5 wins, 3 losses. And the Sault College Cougars are batting 1,000 with 9 wins and no losses. Let's go down to ice level at this time for both the American and Canadian national anthems. The Lawrence Tech Blue Devils will start tonight's game with the line of Kathleen Fennessy, Jordan Babis, and number 23, Kalina Pernod. On defense, number 7, Sarah Benson, and number 18, Caitlin Moreland. Starting in goal tonight for the Blue Devils will be number 30, Rachel Hart. And Sault College will start tonight's game with the line of the captain, Emily, number 6, number 17, Materia Land, and number 21, Caitlin Jock. On defense, number 11, Amelia Williams, and number 19, the Sault Ste. Marie girl, Matea Glavoda. And starting a goal tonight for your Sault College Cougars will be number 30 from Sudbury, Ontario, Farah Farstad. Farah had an outstanding performance on the road trip 1 week ago in a 1-0 shutout against their arch rivals, Assiniboine. So we'll see if Farah can come back with another solid effort here tonight. Lawrence Tech in their dark jerseys with blue trim. Sault College in their whites with blue trim. Here we go. We're underway in for game one. Material Land right off the draw. Down the right wing. Over the line. She was poke checked. Gets it back in behind the goal. Land. Puck was knocked off her stick on the far side by Benson. Back comes Lawrence Tech out the center. That one off the skate. All the way down the ice. And that's Pernod. And Williams giving chase. And that will be icing against the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. 19:39 left to go in the first period. Still no score. And the faceoff will come to the right of Rachel Hart. Sullivan, Hennessy on the draw. Sullivan winning that cleanly. Back to the point. Shot right on. Rebound. Scores. And that was number 25. Peyton Stoss right there. Jolly on the spot for a rebound. And that's the first Billy goal of tonight's game. And that took just 28 seconds into the period. And the Sault College Cougars are up by one. .1932 left to go in the first period. Sault College won. And Lawrence Tech, no score. Danica West coming out of the scrum with the puck. And that went through Stoss's legs. And it's coming out. Stoss has to play it back, as Sault College would have been offside. Langdon shot that puck in. Maddie Fick, number 2 for Sault College. To Lydia Steen, up the right wall. Peyton Stoss, the goal scorer, bounces it off. And it's going to come right down. And Chloe and Rachel Hart will cover it up. And the whistle goes with 19:02 left to go in the first period. Sault College won. And Lawrence Tech, no score. Face-off will come to the left of the Blue Devils goal. Tara Knight on the draw for the Cougars. And that was won by the Blue Devils. But quickly on the draw, that's Hayden Dunn. Back to the point, McDonald. Shoots, deflected in front of the goal, and that went off the stick of Fitzpatrick. Dunn, back to Wallsmith. Across to McDonald. McDonald sends it to the goal. Rebound, and there isn't any, as that's swallowed up by Rachel Hart. And the whistle goes with 18:42 left to go in the first period. Sault College up by one. Knight, Weaver, Dunn, McDonald, Wallsmith, all ready to go for the Sault College Cougars. And Sault College winning that draw. That's back to the point. Abigail McDonald across to Wallsmith. Shoots. That's steered aside by Hart. Weaver quickly on the puck, but she couldn't find it. And that's not going to be out. Wallsmith will keep that in. And she goes around. Coming in. Break wide pass on the stick of Hayden Dunn. But she fumbled that one just a little bit, so she has to come back to McDonald. Back to Dunn. In behind the goal, Weaver. In the far corner, number 10, Zoe Weaver. Back to Wallsmith. Cross to McDonald. McDonald. She's going to walk in. That's around Pernod. And she tried to wrap around. It didn't quite work. Nice try there by McDonald. Kept in by Wallsmith. Fitzpatrick being bothered there by Dunn. On the far side, that's Bebus. Couldn't get that by Dale. But back comes Bebus. Dale. Following her all the way. Fantazier got a stick on that puck. Back come the Blue Devils over the line. That's number 7, Sarah Boston. Sarah Benson. Checked by Wallsmith. And picked up by Fantazier. Laidlaw. Right up to center. Oh, and there was a collision as Dale was knocked down. No call. That was a nice open hit. But there was no penalty called on that. Pernod couldn't get it through center. Henson all the way across, and that's on the stick of Boisseau. Amelia Williams will circle in her own zone in behind the goal. Stops. Decides to come back. And Boisseau will pick it up. Laidlaw, one touch pass on the stick of Material Land. Sudbury, Ontario. Right around, front of the goal. And there was nobody there. Land's going to get it back. And in comes Lee. She took a shot at that one. A wrist shot high off a stick over the glass and out of play. 16:42 left to go in the first period. Sault College 1 and Lawrence Tech, no score. Fantasy, Jocks winning that. Draw back to the point, Fick. Just around in behind the goal. Jocks in the far corner. She lost that one. Gets it back. And she was checked again by Fitzpatrick. Jock again. Good work by number 11 to get the puck back. Fick keeping that puck in. Nice work to pinch in. Emily getting a stick on the puck. Beavis coming in to help out. Land. Shoots. Not steered aside by Hart. Jock stops. Turns away from Fitzpatrick. Jock's in front of the goal. Shoots. Scores! Caitlin Jock scores for the Sault College Cougars. And they're up by 2. Caitlin Jock finds the 5-hole and puts the Sault College Cougars up by 2 with 16:02 left to go in the first period. Moreland. She was tripped up from behind and she ends up with the puck again. Moreland couldn't get it out, kept in by Sullivan. Stoss on the foot near boards, has it again. Stoss chops it back. West shoots, and she didn't get much on that one as there was a stick in the way. Danica West can really rip the puck if she gets a chance. She's shown that several times this year already, but she had that shot deflected and covered up by Rachel Hart. 15:37 left to go in the first period. Sault College up by 2. Stoss quickly on the puck. Back to Steen. Lydia Steen. She was looking for Danica West. And it's Bosno. Back to the point. Over to Steen. Sends it to the goal. Rebound. Covered up right away. Check that. That was number 20, Abigail McDonald. Not Mayanna Bosno on the far side. Looked like 26. Actually, it was number 20. 15:20 left to go in the first period. Sault College 2 and Lawrence Tech, no score. Back to McDonald. McDonald. Deflection! And she was looking for that shot pass with Tara Knight. Didn't quite work. Nice attempt there by the Sault College Cougars. Steen, that was blocked. Rink wide. Weaver being bothered by Moreland. Sarah Benson in behind her own net. The far side. Good work by Moreland to come out. Knocked away by Lydia Steen. Hayden Dunn coming through center. Across to Zoe Weaver. That went off her skate. And Moreland across to Sarah Benson. That was just out of her reach. Out comes Lawrence Tech. That's Pernod. And she just dumps it in the Sault College zone. Abigail McDonald trying to look for Gracie Dale. Was in her skates, but she bats that out of the air. And she's going to get it in the near corner. Dale with Fantazier lurking around in front of the net. And didn't get that pass. Pernod out in the center ice area. Laidlaw coming in and chipping out. Dale couldn't get control of that one. And Wall-Smith will kick it to her stick. Number 15, Wall-Smith. That one off the stick of Laidlaw. Down the ice. Fitzpatrick and Laidlaw behind the goal. Laidlaw coming out with the puck. For Bosno. Shoots. And she fired that one over top of the net. Wall-Smith. Bosno steps into one. And that one hit something in front of the goal. Back comes the Blue Devils out into the center ice area. Bosno didn't let that get by her. Bosno dumped her player, but no call. Here comes Lily Wall-Smith. Material Land gathers it in the center ice area. Land around Fitzpatrick and behind the goal. Material Land gives it there. And that was number 19. That was Glavoda. She was knocked off stride. Emily with the puck. Back to Williams. Williams. Short pass to Lee. Emily, number 6, the captain of the Cougars. Back to Williams. Williams falls. And she couldn't get much on that puck as she shot that one from her knees. Backhand shot by Stoss. Rebound. Scores. Emily scores for the Sault College Cougars. The captain. And it's 3-0 for the Cougars. So all 3 forwards on that line have a goal. Jock. Then Stoss. And now Emily. And it's 3-0 for the Cougars. Back they come again. Peyton Stoss has one of the goals. Stoss shoots. She was looking short side and hard blocked it. Bernard. That was stopped by Sullivan. It's Benson. Intercepted by Sullivan. Looking for Stoss, but that pass was behind her. Stoss with the puck in the far side. And she lost that to Bibas. Bibas back to the point. That's Benson. To Moreland. West. Coming out. West shoots. Right into the glove of Rachel Hart. And the whistle goes with 11:49 left to go in the first period. Sault College 3 and the Blue Devils no score. Fantasy winning that draw, but couldn't get it by Tara Knight. And the puck shot down the ice. That could be icing. And that is icing on the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils with 11:38 left to go in the first period. Sault College 3 and the Blue Devils no score. Stay with us at the end of the second period as we will have a tribute to the Sault College Cougars all-time leading scorer, number 6, Emily Knight, winning that draw. And it comes back to the point. That's Maddie Fick across to Steen. Steen plays that off the boards. Shoots! And that's swallowed up into the gut of Rachel Hart with 11:26 left to go in the first period. Sault College 3 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils no score. Knight, Weaver, Dunn, Steen, and Fick for the Cougars. Puck comes out, and it's going to be Maddie Fick keeping it in, and she shot that one wide. Buckberger in behind the goal. That's taken there by Hayden Dunn. Steen shoots, that was blocked by Langton. And Maddie Fick inside her own zone. She overskated that one, so she's got to start again. Dunn just rips it inside the Blue Devil zone. The Sault College Cougars need to make changes. They're tired. Zoe Weaver trying to get the puck. Fantazier on the far side looking for a loose puck. As Weaver's tired, she needs to change. Jock. Back to McDonald. McDonald. Check, that was Laidlaw rather than Jock. McDonald lost that one, but she's going to get it back. Go across. To Wall-Smith. Laidlaw with a shot, and that one off something high over top of the goal. Dale leaves it there for Laidlaw. Back to McDonald. McDonald shoots it around the boards. Dale in front of the net, and that was behind Fantazier. Wall-Smith with a shot, and that one off something. Oh, and that was number 14, Gracie Dale, missed an open cage. Dale overskates that one. Front of the net, knocked away by Benson. Wall-Smith in the far corner for Fantazier. Fantazier in behind the goal. And that's going to come back to Abigail McDonald. McDonald trying to power her way through Graham. Didn't make it. It's back to Wall-Smith. Shoots a high shot into the chest of Rachel Hart. As Hart's been busy so far, she's faced 14 shots already. And we're only halfway through the first period. Farstad, not nearly as busy as she's faced. Only one shot so far. Sioux College 3. And the Blue Devils, no score. Stoss, Lee, Land. Sorry. Jock, Lee, Land, Williams, and Boisano for the Cougars. And the official over there talking to the coach of the Blue Devils about something. Not really sure what's going on, but looks like they've got it sorted out. And we're ready to go. And right off the draw, the Blue Devils get control of the puck. Oh, and that was dangerously put right in front of their own goal. Emily back to Land. Shoots, and she ripped that one off the glass. Williams on the far side to Jocks. Front of the net. Land walks into one. And she took about 4 strides and blistered that one right into the chest of Rachel Hart. 9:18 left to go in the first period. Sioux College 3. And the Blue Devils, no score. Jock winning that cleanly. Back to Boisano. Pass on the far boards to Jocks. Comes out with the puck. Back into Lee. Backhand pass. Back to Boisano. Mariana Boisano. Stops. Hands it off to Lee. Who gives it to Jocks. Shoots right into the glove of Rachel Hart. And that was labeled for the glove side. But Rachel Hart snapped it out of the air. 8:56 left to go in the first period. Sioux College 3. And Lawrence Tech, no score. Face-off will come to the right of Hart. Sioux College winning that draw. Back to the point. That's Glavoda with a shot right on. And that was an easy save for Rachel Hart. Her 14th save of the first period on 17 shots. Face-off will once again come to the right of the Blue Devil goal. Right off the draw. And that was who was that? That was number 16, Taryn Sullivan, who tried to push that forward. Buckberger gave that to Danica West. And Buckberger's going to get a penalty for that one. And the call will be cross-checking. And it looked like Danica West gave it to Buckberger first. But they always catch the retaliation every time. So the Sioux College Cougars will get the first power play chance of tonight's game. And their faceoff will come back deep inside the Blue Devil zone. 8:34 left to go in the first period. And the faceoff will be to the right of the Blue Devils goal. Draw one cleanly back to Maddie Fick. Fick to West. West coming in. 2 nice moves. Shoots. Oh, and she shot that over top of the goal. Stoss. Back to Fick. Back to Stoss. Shoots. That one off the shoulder of Rachel Hart high over top of the glass and into the netting. 8:11 left to go in the first period. Sioux College 3. And the Blue Devils, no score. And the clock ran about 4 seconds off. So we'll see if they fix it. Looks like they're not going to. Fick. Off the draw. Fick. Shoots. Deflected just wide of the goal by Sullivan. Fitzpatrick couldn't get it away from Stoss. Glavoda. Shoots. She shot that one wide. Sullivan with the puck on the far side to Danica West. And to Stoss. Jock. Stoss. And that's gobbled up by the Blue Devils and shot down the ice. And Farstad will leave it there for Glavoda. Matea Glavoda. The material Land. Around Fennessy. Through Fennessy mostly. Land. Rink wide to Maddie Fick. Oh, I was looking for McDonald in a nice play. Who was that? That was 95. That was Addie Langton that got her stick in the way. So Sioux College has to come back and start over. Number 6, the captain Lee, hands it off to Material Land. She was bumped off the puck, but gets it back in the far corner. Sorry, in the near corner. Land, back to McDonald. One-time shot by Walsh, but deflected in front of the net by Jock. Nice deflection there by 21 for the Sault College Cougars, looking for her second of the night. 6:50 left to go in the first period. 16 seconds left to go in the penalty to Sophia Buckberger. Lee, back to Walsmith. Cross to McDonald. She overskated that, and it's shot down the ice. And Pernod has a break. Pernod shoots, and that was steered aside by Farstad. Lee, and the penalty's over. Buckberger back on the ice. And the Blue Devils are back to full strength. Here comes Material Ann down the right side. Coming to the center. Hangs on, shoots, scores! Material Ann going from right to left. And shoots it back against the grain. And Rachel Hart, glove's been good so far tonight, but not on that one. Material Ann, number 17 for the Sault College Cougars. And the Cougars are up by 4 with 6:21 left to go in the first period. Hayden Dunn right off the draw, dumps it deep in the Blue Devil zone, and that'll be covered up by Rachel Hart. And the faceoff will come to the right of the Blue Devils goal. With 6:16 left to go in the first period, Sault College up by 4. Right off the draw, back to Williams. Millie Williams, Peterborough, Ontario, right on! And that was stopped by Rachel Hart. 6:07 left to go in the first period. Sault College 4. Lawrence Tech, no score. Lawrence Tech with a short bench as they've got 3 spares. And at this pace, that will catch up to you in a hurry. Langton. And Knight on the draw. Knight won that back to Bosno. Diana Bosno coming down. Shoots right on, and that was right into the trapper of Rachel Hart. Six minutes left to go in the first period. Sault College up by 5, right on the draw. That's Walsmith over to Fick. Shoots deflected in front of the net by Reese Laidlaw. And that went off the goalpost. Fick has the puck again for Sault College. Laidlaw back to Fick. Laidlaw in front of the net. She deflected that but didn't get through. Lavoda is going to keep it in on the far side. It's going to come around. Laidlaw will have it on her stick. In front of the net. And that was Fantazier, and she was checked right away, so she didn't have time to do much with that one. Laidlaw dumped her player. And the number 27 for the Sault College Cougars is going to sit in the box for 2 minutes or less. And the call is hooking. So the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils will get their first power play chance of tonight's game. Buckberger, Beavis, Pernod, Moreland, and Benson. But Sault College getting control right off the draw. McDonald getting out, down the ice. Stoss giving chase. And she's going to get her stick in the way of that one. And Moreland hands it off. That was Buckberger that handed it to Moreland. Stoss comes out with the puck, 1-on-2, and she came out with the puck. Stoss still has it. She may be the best penalty killer in the ACHA, number 25. Long out, rink-wide pass. And that was Pernod, but she was quickly checked by Abigail McDonald. And she gets it off the boards and out into the center ice area. Benson, back to Fennessy. And Beavis, she overskated the puck. And the whistle went. Not sure why. Oh, we have a player down in behind the play. And that's Buckberger. And that's not good news for the Blue Devils as she's their best player. But she's up, so hopefully she'll be okay. And she can continue on. 4:33 left to go in the first period. Sault College 5. And the Blue Devils, no score. 69 seconds left in the penalty to Reese Laidlaw. And off the draw, that's Beavis. Has the puck for the Blue Devils. Intercepted by Dale. And now that's Langdon. Rink wide pass on the stick of Beavis. Beavis shoots, and she shot that one wide. There's a high stick there by Knight. And there's going to be another penalty as Tara Knight got her stick up high on Caitlin Fitzpatrick. And she's going to go. And that really wasn't the penalty. It wasn't a check to the head. It was a high sticking penalty, but that's what they're calling, check to the head. So for 46 seconds, the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils will have a two-player advantage. Jock, Stoss, and Glavoda, the penalty killers for Sioux College. Pernod coming in, and it's back to the point. Fitzpatrick to the far side. Benson shoots right on, and Farstad right there. 4 minutes and 2 seconds left to go in the first period. 38 seconds left in the two-player advantage. And the face-off will be to the left of the Sudbury native, Farstad. Beavis on the draw. And Stoss. But it's going to be Glavoda. And she shoots it hard enough to get it out into the center ice area. Benson decides to turn around in her own zone. Beavis hands it off to Benson. That pass was behind Fitzpatrick. Picked up by Benson, but she lost control of that. Glavoda shot it down the ice. Benson will start again off the far boards. Picked up by Jock. Jock and Stoss, incredible penalty killers they've been for the last 2 years for the Sioux College Cougars. Jock again, 1-on-2, and comes out with the puck. Lawrence Tech down to a one-player advantage. Finally, the Blue Devils get control of the puck, and they just give it away. And Stoss has it again. Over to Glavoda. And she shoots it down the ice. Hart will leave it there. For Stoss again. Tireless worker, 25 is for the Cougars. Benson trying to kite the puck from Stoss. They can't get it from her. She's killed it 2 minutes off, almost by herself. Now it's 2-on-2 in the far corner. Stoss just holding it there with her skates, kicks it to herself. And picked up by Sullivan. From the goal! Williams scores! Nice pass from Jared Sullivan to Amelia Williams to the back of the net, and a short-handed goal for the Sioux College Cougars by Amelia Williams. And it's 6-0 for the Sioux College Cougars with 2:34 left to go in the first period. Fick down the ice. Picked up by Moreland. Moreland to Langton. That pass was in behind. Fennessy. Steen. Down the ice, and that'll going to do it for the penalty. As Laidlaw will come back onto the ice. Maddie Fick for the Sioux College Cougars. Coming through center. Maddie Fick, good work to stay on side as she made some moves at the blue line. Maddie Fick in behind the goal. That's going to come back to Fantazier. Shoots, that was blocked. Back come the Blue Devils. Langton shooting that in. Buckberger giving chase for the puck. She'll be the first one there. Wraps that around the boards. Gracie Dale will pick it up for the Cougars. Oh, and she was trying to go out. But that went off the leg. And it's back at the Blue Devil blue line. Steen. To Fick. Laidlaw. Dale. And that's going to come back out. It's come back. Laidlaw. With some forechecking on Benson. Beavis. We're under a minute to go in the first period. And that was Knight that lost the puck to Buckberger. Buckberger and Knight Oh, and Knight took the long way around, but didn't get burned on that one. Back comes Hayden Dunn with Abigail McDonald, and they let that go. Looked like McDonald was offside, but they let it go by. Ball Smith for the Sioux College Cougars in her own zone. Rink wide pass to McDonald. To Weaver. Weaver's got a break. Shoot, scores! Zoe Weaver for the Sioux College Cougars with 20.3 seconds left. And the score is 7-0. Hayden Dunn. There's going to be a penalty right off the face-off. I didn't see what happened there, but it looks like number 5. Kathleen Fennessy will go to the box, and the call will be roughing. So she got her hands up on somebody right off the face-off. 17.8 seconds left to go in the first period. Sioux College 7. And Lawrence Tech, no score. Wall Smith right off the draw over to McDonald. McDonald shoots right on, and that was right into the breadbasket of Rachel Hart. 11 seconds left to go in the first period. 1:53 left to go in the penalty to Kathleen Fennessy. Blue Devils winning that draw. That's Benson. But, oh, there was a quick shot by Knight, but it went wide. Wallsmith turns and fires. And the buzzer goes, and the first period is over. After 20 minutes of play, the Sioux College Cougars 7 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, no score. We'll be back in about 13 minutes time for the second period. Mhm. Welcome back inside the Northern Community Centre in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Mike Armitage calling the play-by-play here tonight between the Sault College Cougars and the visiting Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. All Sault College in period number 1 as they fired 26 shots against goaltender Rachel Hart and scoring 7 times. Blue Devils have made a goaltender change. Number 35, Chloe Lemke, is now playing in goal. Sault College off the draw. There's number 21, Kaylin Jock coming in. Shoots right on, and a welcome to the game. Chloe Lemke with just 10 seconds gone by, her first shot on goal. 19:50 left to go in the second period. Minute 32 left to go in the penalty to Kathleen Fennessy. Sault College on the power play. Glavoda shoots. That's blockered aside by Lemke. Lee kept it in to Jock. Glavoda banks that off the wall to Kaylin Jock. Jock, that went behind Lee. Will it get out? Good work by Glavoda to keep that in. And Fick, backhand pass in behind the goal. Moreland getting away from Land. Will that get out? That's not going to get by Glavoda. Glavoda stepping around Bibas. Glavoda coming in. Backhand pass and up hit a skate as Emily was waiting for the pass. Vic. One-time shot by Jock and she shot it wide. Lee leaves it for Stoss. Back to Fick. Cross to Jock. Stoss with a shot and that one went wide of the goal. Nice move by Moreland to get it out and down the ice. And Abigail McDonald will gather it in for the Sault College Cougars. 20 seconds left to go in the power play. Intercepted by Pernod and shot back inside the Sault College zone. Maddie Fick has it for Sault College to Danica West. Coming down the left side. Around Langton. West to Stoss. In front of the goal. And that hit a skate and the puck was just sitting there and Buckberger gets it out. And the penalty's over. And the Blue Devils are back to full strength. Graham bothering McDonald. But Wallsmith coming out of her own zone. Stopped by Buckberger. Shot right on by Graham. And Farstad stops the puck and covers it up. With 17:59 left to go in period number 2. Sault College 7 and the Blue Devils. No score. Face-off will be to the left of Farstad. Weaver on the draw. Check that. That was Knight on the draw for the Sault College Cougars. Graham with a chance at the side of the goal. And she was stopped by McDonald. McDonald there just in time as Graham took a whack at that puck. Tara Knight to Weaver. That hit a skate of Buckberger. Knight. That hit the skate of Buckberger again. And done. Back to McDonald. Cross to Wallsmith. Wallsmith falls. Shoots right on, and that's steered aside easily by Lemke. Buckberger around the far side. And there's a check and an awkward fall in the boards. That's Caitlin Moreland with a shot right on, and the whistle goes. And that was an awkward fall into the boards for Moreland. with 17:11 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7. And the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, no score. Kaylin Jock has a goal here tonight for the Sault College Cougars coming into tonight's game. Jock was 6th in the country in scoring with 19 points and first in the CCWHA. So a good season going so far for number 21 for the Sault College Cougars. Face-off will be to the left of Lemke. Fantazier, Dale, and Laidlaw for the Cougars up front. Laidlaw back to Williams. Shoots, and that one was blocked by Buckberger. Back comes Buckberger down the right side around Williams. Good work by Williams to get the puck as she was almost beat. And Williams has the puck again for Sault College. The Reese Laidlaw. Rink wide, looking for Dale, streaking in. And she knocked the puck just a little bit too far ahead of herself. And Chloe Lemke covered it up with 16:51 left to go in the second period. Sault College up by 7. Face off to the right of the Blue Devil goal. Dale, Fantazier, Laidlaw, Fick, and Steen out for Sault College. And Fitzpatrick bounces off the backboards. Laidlaw has the puck. Coming out, Laidlaw shoots on the short side. And Lemke was there to stop the puck with 16:42 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7. And the Blue Devils, no score. Fantazier winning that back to Steen. Steen shoots. Oh, and that one went off something in front of the goal. That might be called on a high stick. But Dale let it go. At least it looked like she let the puck go. Looked from here like Fitzpatrick touched the puck first. But nonetheless, they blew it down on a high sticking of the puck by Sault College. So the face-off will come outside the line. With 16:33 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7. And the Blue Devils, no score. Jock winning that draw clean. Back to Fick. Across the ice to Steen. Steen coming through center. She was poke checked as she maybe waited a bit too long before she got rid of the puck. Kaylin Jock, number 21. All the way across to Emily. Nice saucer pass there to Maddie Fick. Fick coming in. Shoots. And that was blockered away by Lemke. Nice setup by the Cougars. And a good shot by Fick and a better save by Lemke. Jock again coming in. Jock shoots. Oh, and she shot that one high over top of the goal. She was looking short side. Bar down. Steen. To land. Steen got beat by that one. Here we got a 2-on-1 for the Blue Devils. Shoot, scores! Jordan Beebus gets the Blue Devils on the board with a high shot under the bar over top of the blocker of Farstad. And on the 6th shot of the game, the Blue Devils have won with 15:46 left to go in the second period. Jordan Beebus with a gorgeous shot high under the bar. Walsmith to Danica West. Shoots! Oh, and she blistered that one high over top of the goal. Rattled that off the glass. West for the goal. And Stoss took a swipe at that one. And that shot down the ice. And that is going to be icing against the Blue Devils. As we take a look at number 15, Lily Walsmith. And she wants to say hi to her mom watching back home in British Columbia. Hope she's enjoying the game as much as she is playing. 15:21 left to go in the second period. Sullivan on the draw for the Cougars, and that shot down the ice again. So that will be icing once again on the Blue Devils. 15:13 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7 and the Blue Devils 1. Face-off will come to the right of Lemke. Once again, Sullivan, West, Stoss, Walsmith, McDonald. In comes West to pick up the puck. And they're going to call something right off the face-off once again. This time it's going to be against the Sault College Cougars. Number 16, Terrence Sullivan, is going to the box for 2 minutes or less, and the call is tripping. So the faceoff will come down to the far end inside the Sault College zone. 15-11 left to go in period number 2. Sault College 7 and Lawrence Tech 1. Stoss and Jock penalty killing for the Cougars. Comes back to the point. Blue Devils winning that draw. Moreland to Langton. Hands that off to Fitzpatrick on the far boards, and that's intercepted by Stoss. Jock catching up. We got a 2-on-1 shorthanded. Stoss shoots, and she ripped that one wide. Jock with a shot, and she shot that on the short side, but it hit the side of the goal. Fennessy. Oh, and there's a lot of stick work there against Jock, or against Stoss. Back come the Blue Devils. That's Buckberger to Bebus, the goal scorer, to Buckberger. Back to the point. Langton shoots. Oh, and that went off something in front of the net. That might have hit Boisseneau up high. And Sault College gets it down inside the Blue Devil zone. Langton gave that away. Buckberger's got a break. Shots right on. And Farstad steers that aside. I think she might have been looking for a shot pass, but the pass wasn't there. Jock giving chase, and the puck ends up in the Sault College bench with 14:10 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7, the Blue Devils 1. Just a reminder to join us at the end of the second period. Don't go anywhere, as I will have a tribute to the all-time leading scorer for the Sault College Cougars. She wears sweater number 6, and she's the captain, Emma Lee. 59 seconds left in the penalty to Terrence Sullivan. Knight and Dale out. Penalty killing for the Sault College Cougars. That's picked up by Fennessy. Kept in by Dale. Dale. And Langton will come out of her own zone. Rink wide pass. That one off a skate and a stick. Tracy Dale has the puck for the Sault College Cougars down the left side. Being bothered by Langton. Haul down, and no penalty on that one as she was wrapped up pretty good from behind. Moreland trying to get it out, and Vic just lets it come out as she's on the penalty kill. And here come the Blue Devils once again. That's Fennessy. Sorry, that's Benson shooting it in. Maddie Fick up to Knight, and Knight gets it down the ice with 10 seconds left to go in the Sault College penalty. Moreland being bothered by Dale. Moreland spins away off the boards. Those are hard passes to catch. Good work by Pernod to get that. But back comes Tara Knight. But the Sault College Cougars were making a change at the end of the penalty, and we're offside. 13:08 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7 and the Blue Devils 1. Lee, Jock, Land, McDonald, and Steen for the Cougars. Bernard, Bebus, and Buckberger up front for the Blue Devils. Abigail McDonald, just a gorgeous skater. She is number 20. Shoots a shot high over top of the goal. Tall, slender girl, just an absolute smooth skater. Number 20 for the Cougars. McDonald has the puck again. Steps into one. That one was blocked. Steen in behind the goal to 6. Emily back to Jock. Jock looking things over. Number 21, Jock. Rink wide pass back to McDonald. Steps into one. And that was gloved down by Chloe Lemke. With 12:32 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7 and the Blue Devils of Lawrence Tech 1. Material Land will be there right off the face-off. Land with one hand on her stick. Jock with a shot in front of it. That was blocked. Emily leaves it for Material Land. Across to Jock. One touch pass to Lee, but she was covered. There was a lot of skates and sticks and shrapnel around. Lee couldn't find the puck. Boisseneau on the far side. That's Hayden Dunn. Far corner, and Fennessy coming in to check, and Dunn just went right through her. Ball-Smith shoots, and she shot that one way wide. Wasn't. She found on the shot, and then she was dropped by number 95, Addie Langton. And a penalty is going to be called somewhere. I'm not sure where they're finding these penalties from. But that was just a two. They're calling number 7, Sarah Benson, for something somewhere. So the referees detected something away from the puck. And the Sault College Cougars will go back on the power play. Sullivan, Stoss, West, Williams, and Glavoda. Sullivan winning that back to Amelia Williams. Williams taps that over to Matea Glavoda. Stoss back to Glavoda. West, and that one went over her stick. Sullivan cross to West. West in behind the goal. Back to Amelia Williams. Shoots, and that one was blocked in front of the goal. Danica West has the puck for Sault College. Good puck pursuit by number 7. Comes right in, she's tripped. Oh, backhand shot, rebound, and that was shot wide by Stoss. That was more of a penalty than the one they give to Benson. That was a trip. Clear as day. Beavis wraps that around the boards, but it's not going to get by. Glavoda, she was checked from behind, waited maybe a bit too long. The puck's just lying there. And Sault College, that just comes out. And Sault College almost kept it in. Williams to Stoss, to West, poke checked away. And the puck's over by the Sault College bench. One player down. That's Danica West without her stick. And that's going to be shot down the ice with 35 seconds left to go in the penalty of Fennessy. Glavoda looking for Dale. And that pass was in her skate, so no icing. Gracie Dale. Laidlaw. Back to McDonald. McDonald shoots. Oh, and that one made it through too. And a good save by Lemke to track that puck. Dale to Fantazier. Fantazier drops it off to McDonald. Back to Fantazier. Shoots! Rebound! And that's pounced on by Lemke with Reese Laidlaw lurking around, looking dangerous for an open puck. 2 seconds left in the penalty to Kathleen Fennessy. 9:48 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Fantazier, Dale, Laidlaw, McDonald, and Wall-Smith on the last 2 seconds of the Sault College power play. Dale, back to McDonald. McDonald shoots. That was stopped in front of Gracie Dale, turned and shot. Another chance, and that was shot right into the chest of Lemke. And Sault College with a bunch of chances right at the tail end of the power play, but still couldn't beat Lemke. And the Blue Devils are back to full strength. Face-off will be to the left of the Blue Devils' goal. Lee, Land, Jock, and the Blue Devils winning that draw, but that's not going to get by Steen as she fired it back in. Jock going to come into the house, shoots, oh, and she shot that over top of the net. Lee dumps it back to Fick. Lee. Jock on the near boards at the hash marks. Jock. Cross ice pass. Oh, what a pass that was by number 21. Just a gorgeous pass, and they couldn't complete the tap in. Jock has the puck again for Sault College. On the far side to Materia Land. Back to Lydia Steen. Shoots. And that one went off something over top of the goal. Lands comes flying in looking for the puck, but Lee. Back to Maddie Fick. Shoots. That was blocked. Oh, but it went off the glove of Lemke. I thought she had it, but went off her glove. Steen. To Lee. Looking for Land in the slot. And she was checked, and it's going to come back to Lemke, and she covers it up with 8:38 left to go in the second period. Sault College 7 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Knight, Weaver, Dunn, Walsmith, and Boisneau for the Cougars. With 8:38 left to go in the second period. And Mary Beth Graham with some equipment issues, and she has those settled, and she joins the play, and we're set to go. Face off to the left of the Blue Devils goal. Fennessy coming in to take the draw. With Tara Knight. Weaver coming right off the draw. Trying to get control of the puck. Dunn, right out in front of the goal. Oh, and she ripped that one over top of the net. And that's backhanded high over top of Amelia Williams. And she comes back into her own zone. Boisneau off the boards to Hayden Dunn. 3-on-3. Dunn around Fennessy. Dunn in behind the goal. Dunn back to Williams. Williams to Knight. Shoots, and that went off a leg. That went off the leg of Sarah Benson. Beavis couldn't get it out. Williams keeping it in. Knight fighting for the puck. It finally gets out. Jordan Beavis, the goal scorer for the Blue Devils. And Boisneau fighting for the puck in behind the goal. Not much of an attempt by Beavis on that one, as Boisneau easily won that. We got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Done. Just out of the reach of Weaver. Weaver has the puck for the goal, and that went off something. Looks like it went off Benson's skate in behind the goal. Sullivan trying to backhand on the short side. Lemke was there. Beavis getting it out. Couldn't get it by Walsmith. Beavis trying again to get it out. Finally, the puck comes out. That's down the ice. Will it have enough juice to get down? It does. And that will be icing on the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. 7:13 left to go in the second period. Sault College yet to find the back of the net here in the middle period. All kinds of chances, but Chloe Lemke has been rock solid for the Blue Devils. Sullivan winning that draw. Back to West. West coming in. West. What a move that was. Oh, and she couldn't finish. 3 slick moves by number 7, Danica West. And she couldn't finish. She'll be thinking about that one tonight after the game. 3 pretty slick moves by number 7. And she can really shoot the puck. And she shot it right into Chloe Lemke. 7:06 left to go in the second period. 7-1 for Sault College. West back to Walsmith. Walsmith shoots. Oh, right on. And somehow that puck found its way all the way through. Sullivan to Stoss in behind the goal. Back to McDonald. Cross to Walsmith. Sullivan. She was checked. And Buckberger coming in to try and get it out. Buckberger been silent so far in this game. West shoots another one. Oh, and she rifled that one off the glass. McDonald keeping that puck in to West. Langton trying to staple the puck against the boards. And Stoss comes in to get it, sends it back to McDonald. McDonald shoots, and that one off a stick. High over top of the goal. And Beavis getting it out into the neutral zone. Walsmith, rink wide on the Gracie Dale, but she's going to be checked by Langton. And the Blue Devils will get it out. Buckberger trying to get it from Walsmith. McDonald off the far boards. Too far ahead of Reese Laidlaw. Back comes Fantazier. That could be offside. And that's going to be offside on the Sault College Cougars, as Fantazier was in before the puck. 5:47 left to go in period number 2. Sault College 7 and Lawrence Tech 1. Dale, Fantazier, Laidlaw, Glavoda, and Fick for Sault College. Maddie Fick will have the puck in the neutral zone, and she gets it in. And Fantasy just shoots it around the boards. Gracie Dale in there to pick that off. Fantasy's going to get another chance at it. She's going to try it again. Sarah Benson gave that away to Glavoda. Glavoda in the skates of Laidlaw. And Benson to Bibas. Jordan Bibas. Rink wide pass for Buckberger. And that was intercepted by Fick. Back comes Maddie Fick. Trying to get in, and she just easily pushed that one towards the goal, and that was steered away by Lemke. Bibas. Poke checked by Buckberger. Benson leaves it for Buckberger. Dale in behind the goal. Tennessee coming in to get it. And wraps it around the boards. Bibas couldn't get it by Laidlaw. Shoots! And that was right on as she was looking 5-hole. But Lemke had her stick in the way. 4:48 left to go in period number 2. Sioux College 7. And the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Face-off will be to the right of Chloe Lemke. Rock solid in net. More than rock solid she's been for Lawrence Tech since coming in relief of Rachel Hart. Material Land to Boisano. Shoots. Rebound. Another chance. Oh, what a left pad save that was on Material Land. As Land thought she had a goal. Back to Williams. To Boisano. In the far corner, Material Land. Never stops working, number 17. Land. To Lee. To Land. Shoots. What a play that was. Give and go. Lee. To Jock. Another shot, and that was blocked. Land. Lee. Out to Jock. Shoots. Oh, and that one off the handle of the stick of Chloe Lemke. Good pressure by the Cougars. That line of Land, Lee, and Jock putting some extreme heat on the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, but couldn't get it by Chloe Lemke. 4:02 left to go in the second period. Sioux College 7 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Knight, back to Dunn. From the net, that was deflected in front of the goal by Weaver. And Lemke covers it up. 3:56 left to go in the second period. Sioux College 7 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Benson, right off the draw, being bothered by Weaver. And that's Dunn coming in to pick up the puck. Weaver was poke checked by Fennessy. Tara Knight. Back to the point. And Steen had vacated the area, so the Sioux College will have to come out. Abigail McDonald across to Steen. To Tara Knight. Off the stick of Hayden Dunn, and Fennessy is going to be there to break that up, but it's on the stick of Knight, and she shot that one behind the goal. McDonald to Weaver. Dunn with a shot, and she didn't get a heck of a lot of mustard on that one. And that was gloved down by Chloe Lemke. 3:14 left to go in the second period. Sioux College 7 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Back to the point. Boisano. And wraps it around the boards, and Sullivan has it behind the goal line. Sullivan to Stoss. Back to Walsmith. Stoss. Took about 4 steps into that one, and she shot it over top of the goal. West was stood up there. Stoss has it again. Another shot, and she shot that one over top of the goal and off the glass. Walsmith's pinching in, handing it off to Stoss. Poke check by Benson. Walsmith trying to get there. And back comes Pernod, giving it there to Bibas. Bibas. Walsmith coming back with good work to back check. And Boisano has the puck for Sioux College. Bounces that off the boards. And Lily Walsmith. Rink wide pass on the tape of Peyton Stoss. Sullivan going to the net. West. Shoots. Oh! Another shot. Scores! Danica West on a rebound. And finally, the Sioux College Cougars beat Chloe Lemke. Danica West has a bullet for a shot, and she got her own rebound. and put it into an empty net. So the Sault College Cougars are up by a score of 8-1 with 2:07 left to go in the second period. Amelia Williams has the puck for Sault College. Williams decides to go herself. Nice pass to Dale. Dale couldn't handle that pass, but catches up to it. Rebound in front of that Laidlaw. Couldn't get control of the puck. Kept in by Glavoda, at least momentarily. And now it comes back inside the Sault College zone. Amelia Williams. Gracie Dale on the far side to Fantazier, just out of her reach, but gets it back. Dale looking for the puck in front of the goal. Laidlaw to Fantazier, back to Laidlaw. Shoots, and that went off something in front of the net, went wide. Glavoda pinching in around Buckberger. Fantazier coming in looking for a puck. And Gracie Dale has it in the corner. Back to Williams. Shoots right on Amelia Williams, right on the breadbasket of Chloe Lemke. 1 minute and 13 seconds left to go in the second period. The Sault College Cougars 8 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Vic. Jock. Lee coming through center. Lee, and she had a pass going for Material and going to the goal, and she was covered nicely. Steen. Jock. She was checked right away, but the puck comes to Maddie Fick. Fick, that was deflected by Lee, and it went just wide. Land. This line's been all kinds of trouble all night long. Fick, front of the goal. That was stopped. And Langton swept it away. And that's going to be shot down the ice, and that's going to be icing on the Blue Devils. 32.3 seconds left to go in period number 2. Sault College 8 and the Blue Devils 1. Jock, Lee, Land. And that's back to Maddie Fick. Jock, that puck hopped over her stick. Lee. Back to Material Land. Back to Steen. To Land. Cross to Fick. Shoots, and that one just went wide of the goal. A low shot just went wide. Steen turns away from her player. Land has it. Material Land. Shoots, and she shot that high over top of the net. Buckberger is going to dump it down the ice. And that will be the end of the second period. And after 2 periods of play, the Sault College Cougars 8 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. So we're going to do something a little bit different now than what we usually do. I'm usually behind the camera, but for a few minutes here, I'm going to be in front of the camera. So we're going to take a look at the career of the Sault College Cougars all-time leading scorer, and that is the captain, number 6, Emma Lee. Let's look at some of the numbers that Emma has posted in her career here as a Sault College Cougar. In her first year, 2021-22, shortened by shoulder surgery, Emma put up 14 goals and 9 assists for 23 points and had 3 points in the playoffs. In her second year, in 2022-23, Emma had 24 goals and 25 assists for 49 points. And she also had 4 goals and 9 assists for 13 points in the playoffs and a national championship ring to go along with it. In her third year in 2023-24, Emma had 32 goals and 25 assists for 57 points. And in the playoffs, she had 7 tallies and 2 helpers for 9 points and another national championship ring. In her fourth year, in 2024-25, Emma had 20 goals and 22 helpers for 42 points. And in the playoffs, she had 6 goals and a third national championship ring. And this, her final season as a Sault College Cougar. So far, she has amassed 5 goals and 9 assists for 14 points. So for totals, regular season totals, Emma has 95 goals and 90 assists for 185 points. Those are insane numbers. And in the playoffs, she's got 20 goals, 11 assists for 31 points. And to go along with that, 3 national championship banners. So from everyone here in the Sault College Athletic Department, coaches, teammates, past and present, want to wish Emma all the best in her endeavors in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest Sault College girls hockey player to ever wear a Sault College jersey, number 6, the 3-time national champion, Emily. Emily, always a Sault College Cougar. And we'll be back in about 12 minutes' time for the third period. Welcome back inside the Northern Community Centre in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Mike Armitage calling the action here tonight between the Sault College Cougars and the visiting Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. One goal aside in the second period. Jordan Beavis gets the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils on the board. And number 7, Danica West, responds for the Sault College Cougars. So with 20 minutes left to play, the Sault College Cougars 8 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Lee, Kaylin Jock, the team's leading scorer. Number 17, Materia Land, Amelia Williams, and Matea Glavoda, all up front for the Sault College Cougars. Lee pushes the puck inside the Blue Devil zone. Benson, back to Glavoda. Williams shoots, and that was a pass into Lee. To Jock, shoots, and that was a high shot just underneath the chin of Chloe Lemke. And the teams have both agreed to run straight time here in period number 3. Lee chips that into Materia Land to Kaylin Jock. Back to the point, Glavoda. Glavoda shoots it in front of the goal. Deflected. Owens. Jock took a swipe at that one, but swung and missed. Jock again, looking for Land coming through. Lee, and that one off her stick. Williams keeps it in for the Cougars. Lee across to Land. Shoots. Oh, and she fired it wide. And it's going to come all the way back down inside the Sault College zone. Matea Glavoda turning for the Sault College Cougars. That pass was behind Land and out of the reach of Williams. And why that wasn't icing is another question, as it didn't touch anybody. Sophia Buckberger, rink wide for Graham, and she couldn't get it very much deep into the Sault College zone. Lydia Steed coming through center on the left side, coming down. Shoots her quick shot, she shot away. Rebound! Oh, and that one off the crossbar. That was number 16, Taryn Sullivan. That one off the bar. Stoss for West. Back to Steen. Shoots! That's blockered aside by Lemke. Stoss leaves it there for West. West, front of the goal, and there was nobody there except Buckberger. And she gets it down the ice. And that should be icing. And you wonder how that could be icing as it bounced over 3 Sault College Cougar sticks. But icing is called on the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. And the faceoff will come deep inside the Blue Devil zone to the right of Chloe Lemke. 17:40 left to go in the third period. Sault College 8 and Lawrence Tech 1. McDonald with the puck for Sault College. Going around the net. Still has it. Drops it off for Walsmith. Walsmith to Stoss in front of the net. And that's going to be bounced off the boards. Oh, just out as McDonald just couldn't quite keep it in. McDonald, rink wide to Danica West, too far ahead. And Benson off the boards, right on the stick of Taryn Sullivan. Sullivan, right in! And that puck went high off the stick of Lemke, and then it's shot down the ice. And that is going to be icing again on the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. 17 minutes left to go in the third period. Sault College 8 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. This time the face-off will be to, again they're going to put it, Sault College is going to choose to come to the right of Lemke. And the face-off won by Sault College, Zoe Weaver. Back to Mill Williams. Williams, and just lost control of that puck. So Sault College has to tag up. Millie Williams coming down. Williams coming through center, and she was checked at the last second. Knight. She was checked by Buckberger. Buckberger finally gets some room. Sophia Buckberger bounces out off the boards. Has it back. Checked right away by Tara Knight. Zoe Weaver. Shoots. A left pad save. Rebound. Another chance swept away by Lemke. Wrap around. Oh, what a save that was by Lemke. And it's shot wide of the goal by the Cougars. Lemke going from her left to right, stretching all the way across and keeping that puck out. Harstad just sets it aside, and Boisano picks it up for Sault College. Backhand pass. Got out by Weaver. Hayden Dunn. Around Fitzpatrick. Dunn shoots right on, and that's frozen by Lemke. 15 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the third period. Sault College 8 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 1. Fantazier, Laidlaw, Dale, Vic, and Glavoda. Glavoda for the Cougars to Fick. She just rims it around the boards. Gracie Dale stops, gives it to Reese Laidlaw. Laidlaw back to Glavoda. Fantazier in the far corner. Laidlaw shoots. Oh, and a one-time shot. She shot it wide. What a pass that was by Fantazier on the tape. Laidlaw shot it wide. Vic. Dale in front of the net, and that went off the stick of Laidlaw. Fantazier with a backhand shot in front of the goal. And Gracie Dale left all by herself in front of the net and puts it into an open cage. And the Sault College Cougars are up by a score of 9-1. Chloe Lemke with 3 solid saves, but she couldn't stop the fourth one. 14-15 left to go in the third period. Sault College 9 and Lawrence Tech 1. Laidlaw, Fantazier. Dale, Fick. Glavoda still out there for the Cougars. Quickly Fick across to Glavoda. And Glavoda turning in her own zone. Matea Glavoda up to Laidlaw. She banned on that one-touch pass. And Fennessy wraps it around the boards to Buckberger. Buckberger off the boards. And that's Langdon. Couldn't catch up to the puck. And Maddie Fick bounces out off the boards. Benson. That was off the stick of Mary Beth Graham. And here comes Fantazier looking for the puck. Fennessy on the far side. Gets it out into the neutral zone. And Glavoda coming through center. Glavoda. Oh, she almost got by Fennessy, but she couldn't get by that left skate. Maddie Fick coming back to get the puck for the Sault College Cougars. Blue Devils were changing, so Sault College not much resistance coming out of their own zone. Jock picking up the puck. Dishes it off to Lee. Trying to toe drag, still has it. Couldn't get by the second player. And back comes Jordan Beavis. One-on-one with McDonald. Round McDonald. Beavis, the goal scorer. In front of the net, now was stopped by Lydia Steen. Steen to Lee. Kaylin Jock coming through center. Lee was flattened on the far side. And that was more of a penalty than 3 of the other ones that they've called here tonight, as the puck was 40 feet away from the Sault College player. 9-1 for Sault College so far here tonight. 12 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the third period. McDonald to Steen. That pass was in the skates of Stoss, so they got to stop and start again. McDonald keeping that in. And Mary Beth Graham trying to swipe the puck away, still and has it. Steen keeping it in. West. Maybe she'll walk into another one. Shoots right on. And that was right in the tummy of Chloe Lemke. 11:35 left to go in the third period. Sault College 9 and the Blue Devils 1. Abigail McDonald right off the draw. McDonald shoots, and that one off a stick wide of the goal. Benson couldn't get it by Stoss. In comes Sullivan. Out to West. West falls, and the puck's on the stick of Buckberger. Buckberger chips it by Steen, and she was pulled down from behind. And no call on that one. McDonald to West. Sullivan. She was grabbed onto. Stoss. In behind the goal, trying to Fennessy. Not even close to getting there in time. And that was Sullivan. Dumped in front of the goal by Fennessy. Wasn't. And there's going to be a penalty that one. I think the back official caught that one. You got to love it when the official 5 feet from the plate doesn't catch it. Another shot in front of the goal by Stoss. And stopped by Lemke. Sullivan. Back to Walsmith. Barstad out of the net for the extra attacker. Sullivan shoots, deflected in front of the goal. Rebound. And Land took a swipe at that one and missed. And finally, the Blue Devils touch the puck. And we'll see. It's been so long ago, I forget who did the infraction. Looks like we're going to have one on each side. Sophia Buckberger for the Blue Devils. And the number 17, Materia Land. Both going to the box. And they'll sit in the box. And they'll come out in a couple of minutes' time. 9 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third period. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. Sault College 9. And the Blue Devils 1. Knight, Weaver, Lavoda, Williams for the Sault College Cougars. And the puck comes back to Matea Lavoda. Lavoda, that one off a leg. Back comes the Blue Devils. And that's going to be dumped in by Pernod. And Williams will come back and get it. Williams to Lavoda. Lavoda coming out of her own end effortlessly. Motoring through center, drops it off for Weaver. Shoots! Oh, and she shot that one just wide of the goal. Williams has the puck at the near point. Williams. And Knight trying to swipe at that one. Back to the point, Lavoda. Cross to Amelia Williams. Shoots a high shot. And that was gloved down by Chloe Lemke. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the third period. Sault College 9 and Lawrence Tech 1. Minute 25 seconds left in the 4-on-4 hockey here tonight. We're live from the Northern Community Centre in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Gorgeous facility here in the west end of the Steel City. Steen just has it come out, and Fantazier dumps it back inside the Blue Devil zone. Langton around the far side. That's not going to get by Fick. She's going to come in. Shoots right on. And she shot that one right in the Blue Devils crest. And she'll think about that one. As she walked right in the house and had a chance to score. 7:20 left to go in the third period. Blue Devils right off the draw. That's Jordan Beavis coming through center. She decides to turn around. And a rink-wide pass to Benson, who shoots it in behind the goal. And Maddie Fick for the Cougars. Steen had a bounce off her stick. Fennessy will be there first to keep it in. And Maddie Fick will gather it in for Sault College coming through center. Right side. Dunn going to the net. Dunn for the goal. And she couldn't quite get there on a nice pass from Maddie Fick. Terrence Sullivan comes streaking in with the puck. Around Graham. Still has it. Back to McDonald. Shoots! And she shot that one away wide. Dale. To Sullivan. Sullivan passes it to herself, stops on the wall. Comes back to McDonald. Shoots, deflected in front of the net by Dale, and she took a couple of swipes at that before she's buried by two Blue Devils. 6 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the third period. Sault College 9 and the Blue Devils 1. Face-off will come to the left of Chloe Lemke. And Lemke's been the best player tonight for the Blue Devils, by far. Fantazier on the draw, wins that to Dale. She gives it back to Walsmith. Walsmith shoots, and right into the glove of Chloe Lemke. 5.5 minutes left to go in the third period. And there was a penalty handed out to Kathleen Fennessy that I did not notice. So the Sault College Cougars are on the power play here for the 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Fantazier on the near boards. Comes out with the puck. In front of the goal, and that's knocked away by Lemke. Amelia Williams. And she couldn't get that by Beavis. Back come the Blue Devils. Pernod shoots, and that one went wide of the goal. Checked out was Moreland, not Beavis. Williams loses her stick. Zoe Weaver one-on-one with Buckberger. Williams right in. Shoots, scores! A short-handed, a power play goal by Zoe Weaver. She shot that one low on the glove side. And the Sault College Cougars have reached double digits here tonight. And the score is 10-1. Power play goal by Zoe Weaver here late in the third period. Williams to Dunn. And that was in behind Tara Knight. And Mary Beth Graham looking for Langton coming through center. And Sault College gets control of the puck. Williams quickly up to Tara Knight. Streaking down the right side. Around Benson. Around the goal. Fick coming back. Maybe she'll get the puck. Nope, they're going to give it to Boisano. Shoots. A high shot. Rebound. And Lemke had trouble with that one. Fick. Boisano. Weaver. The latest goal scorer for the Cougars. Langton. Couldn't get by Weaver. Weaver overskates the puck. It squirts out. And Lemke pounces on the puck with 3:15 left to go in the third period. Sault College 10 and the Orange Tech Blue Devils 1. Fantazier, Laidlaw, Dale, Fick, and Glavoda. Laidlaw hands it off to Maddie Fick. Fick looking for Fantazier in the corner. Laidlaw coming in to pick up the puck. Back to Glavoda. Matea Glavoda to Laidlaw. Shoots, and that's steered aside. Right on! And that was stopped and covered by Chloe Lemke. 2:30 left to go in the third period. Sault College 10 and the Blue Devils 1. Blue Devils winning that draw. Didn't get by Glavoda though. She kept it in. And the puck. Fantazier with a backhand shot. That went wide. Dale. Back to Fick. Glavoda. Shoots, and that went wide. Dale. Back to Laidlaw. And that was intercepted by the Blue Devils. That was Beavis. And the puck is shot deep inside the Sault College zone by Pernod. Fick. Bounces that off the backboards to Matea Glavoda. Long outlet pass on the stick of Reese Laidlaw. Coming through center. Laidlaw and Dale. Laidlaw shoots. Oh, and she rang that one off the bar. Tara Knight. In front of the net. Rebound. The puck's right there. Laidlaw looking for a loose puck. And Tara Knight back to McDonald. Off the boards. Finally, the puck comes out into the center ice area. Lydia Steen. Rink wide to McDonald. Checked out was Weaver. Beavis. There could be a break. That's Langton. Right in. Shoot! Scores! Addie Langton. We're just under a minute to go in the third period. And number 95, Addie Langton, gets the second Blue Devils goal here tonight. And the score, Sault College 10 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 2. 30 seconds left to go in the third period. And the Blue Devils getting another puck by Farstad. Wasn't Ball Smith. West. Shot right on. And that was Sullivan that had that shot. Ball Smith with a shot. That went wide. Cougars aren't quitting till the final buzzer. Stoss turned and took a wipe at that one. And Wasn't will shoot the puck on goal. And the final buzzer goes. The final score, the Sault College Cougars 10 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 2. All Sault College here tonight as they jumped out to a 7-0 lead before the Blue Devils could get one by Farstad. Once again, the final score here tonight, the Sault College Cougars 10 and the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils 2. Next action for the Sault College Cougars will be right here at the Northern Community Center tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. against the same Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. For the entire Sault College Cougars hockey team, my name is Mike Armitage. Thanks very much for watching, and good night from Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario.